Hey Rebecca, this is Martin Tyner, and welcome to really cold, drizzly, snowy southern Utah. And we just got your package today, and we're all excited. We always need food for the animals, and see if I can get it open here. They did a really good job of closing it, staples and tape.
And behind Martin, you can see the
new baby cat
storage unit.
Oh.
The storage unit that we got from Dorothy last week. Thank you.
The cabinet, yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. Cool.
That is ice. Oh.
This is what we got here. That's what we've got. Dry ice. Before my hands freeze off. Oh, wonderful. We've got little fuzzies, and we've got pinkies, and we've got adults. This is terrific. Absolutely. And more adults. More adults. Adults. Good, very good. Yeah, this is wonderful. The adults we use all the time, but coming up very shortly, we're going to start getting all the babies in, all the baby owls and baby hawks and those kinds of things. And so these little younger fuzzies and the pinkies really help us a great deal with some of the smaller birds of prey that we get in. And so that is terrific. We are so grateful for this gift.
Thank you, Becky.
Get them in the freezer here. I don't know why we have to put them in the freezer. It's freezing out here. It's been super cold and windy all day long. But that's good. We certainly need the water. And so we're always grateful for that. And now it's time to bring my kids in. Get them brought in for the night. Wildlife ambassadors, trying to get them out in the daytime so they get to kind of hang around and enjoy themselves. Even though it's cold, it's not too cold for them. But it's getting toward 5 o'clock in the evening. How's our eagle doing? Oh, he's just right there. This is one that we've rescued, and the great news about this eagle, this is one that was hit by a car, had a severe concussion, and
this is the one that could hardly stand up,
yeah,
right?
This one's had terrible balance issues, but it is now flying up to the upper perches, and so it's healing. It's coming along. We're glad to see it coming along, and hopefully maybe in another month we'll be able to put it back in the wild. Are you kids ready to come to go to bed? How's my Cirrus? How's my pretty baby? Yeah, bedtime for my pretty girl, isn't it? You're such a sweet girl. Yeah. You're not a prairie falcon. You're not. You're far too sweet to be a prairie falcon. Yes, you are. Here's my baby. Now we don't have to actually put the hood on them when we're moving around the yard and stuff, but but I do. It's part of the routine to keep them used to the hood, and so whenever I pick them up, I put the hood on. We walk with them. We take the hood off, but it's a big part of the training process. The hood really helps when we're transporting them in the vehicles, or if there's a lot of activity and they get nervous. And I can put the hood over their eyes, and that calms them. So that's kind of for stress protection, but we want to keep them used to that. So it's a process that we use. Such a pretty girl. her brought in. And okay, now the next bird is Belle, and she's the one I worry about the cold. Harris hawks are southern Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and so they don't like the cold real well. But she's doing just fine. Here's my pretty Belle. You know, you got somebody doing something. Susan's watching us. Where is she? There's my pretty girl. Oh, I'm sorry, I know. That's my pretty girl. Do the hood again too. And Belle, you're being such a brat. Now, Belle is growing new feathers. She's starting her molt. And so she's dropping her young feathers, her juvenile feathers, and growing her adult ones. But here's the problem. She gets bored and she's destroying her juvenile feathers, just completely destroying them. And the bad thing about this, you keep these, so if you get a feather broken, you can replace them with one that she's molted out. But these are not usable at all. She's completely destroyed them. You're destroying your feathers, sweetie. Yes, you are. But here's something that you guys can look at that's kind of fun. I don't know if you can see that. See that little metal clip right there? Mm-hmm. That metal clip is actually clipped onto the feather, and this is the center deck feather for her tail. And that metal clip is what we use to put a transmitter on her, so when she's out flying free, if she does end up in thick brush and I'm having a hard time finding her, I can actually use the receiver that I carry with me and track her down so I can find where she's sitting.
So these just molted today?
These just came out today. And so she's right in the middle of her molt. And so she'll get her all new adult feathers, but yeah, she's got 4 or 5 major feathers that have come out, but she destroys them all. That's really bad. You're being a brat. Yes, you are. You're being a brat, destroying your good feathers.
Because I'm just bored. We're not hunting.
Yes, I know. The hunting season is over.
Gotta let the rabbits raise babies in peace.
Yes, we do. So there's my girl. Hi, Dum-Dum. Hi, Dum-Dum. Are you happy to be outside? Yes, you are. Well, in our third one coming in for the night is our newest wildlife ambassador, and she's doing very well. And she's the one we haven't gotten a name for yet, but we're going to probably pick a name this weekend. And she's right here. This is our little Peregrine, which is a Peregrine Falcon, and she's doing very, very well, aren't you, sweetie? You're being such a good girl. Such a pretty girl. Yes, you are. You're being such a pretty girl. That's my lady. Such a pretty lady. Okay. Such a pretty girl. There we go. Such a pretty girl. Now, if you notice, I don't have a hood for her. And I have hoods that will fit her, but I don't have a hood for her, for the simple reason she's terribly, terribly nearsighted, and so she doesn't see things very well. And this is why we have her as a wildlife ambassador, because of her disability, and I have to be very careful with her and handle her a little bit differently because of her vision problems. But even though she can't fly, she can't be a falcon bird, she can't be put back in the wild, she will never ever for the rest of her entire life be able to soar thousands of feet in the sky and dive at 200 miles an hour like a normal peregrine because of her vision. But she's going to live a very, very long, a very happy life as a wildlife ambassador, educating the public about what peregrines are. And so the sad thing, she won't be able to fly and hunt like a peregrine, but the good thing is that she's not going to be subject to all of the dangers of being out in the wild. So she will actually have a much longer, healthier, and more comfortable life. And come on, this little gal, because she's our newest one, she gets to come upstairs and hang out in the living room with us and watch TV, because we are acclimating her to all of the activities within her environment. And so the TV and transporting the vehicles and everything, and a silly dog that likes to run around and race are all things that she has to be used to. And she's doing a terrific job, as you can see. Huh, Dum-Dum? Such a pretty girl. Such a pretty little girl. Yes, you are. And so if all goes well, we're going to go through all of the names that people have submitted to us for our Name the Falcon contest. And I think this weekend we'll see if we can come up with a good name for her. Such a pretty girl. Yes, you are. You're such a pretty girl. And you do like hanging out with the family, don't you, sweetie? Okay. Here we go. Now, what I'm putting her on here, this is called a screen perch, because it's got kind of a screen right here, so she does kind of fall off. She can climb back up and get back on the perch. And so this is the safest thing we can have her on. And again, her vision's got a real issue here. Huh, baby? Your vision's terrible. I have to be a seeing eye person for a falcon, don't I? There you go. Here's my pretty girl. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, sweetie. That's my pretty girl. Yes, you are. So anyway, we got the kids in the house for the evening now, and again, thank you so very, very much for all of the mice. We greatly appreciate that, and we'll talk to everybody soon. This is my book. This is called Healer of Angels, and I need to get them ready for a program, because when I do my wildlife programs, I take copies of my book and we sell them as a fundraiser for our wildlife rescue center, and so it helps us raise money to feed the animals. So if you ever like animal stories, this is 40 years of wildlife rescue stories and the wisdom of grandparents. And my wife and I, we autograph each and every one of them, but what's even more important than me autographing the books is that you get my eagle's autograph as well. This is a rubber stamp of my eagle. His name is Scout. This is his footprint. And what we did is we took put a little food color on the bottom of his foot, let him walk around on a big piece of paper, chose the very, very best footprint from that, and we had a rubber stamp made of it. We stamp each and every book with Scout's footprint when you buy them directly through our Wildlife Rescue Center. And so that's what it looks like. That's Scout's footprint. And then I autograph the book, and my wife autographs the book. If you buy the book directly through our Wildlife Rescue Center website, all of the profits from the sale of the book go to help feed sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife, and that's the only way that you get the autographed copy. So that's kind of an incentive for people to help us and buy the book. And and there's a lot of fun stories in the book. There's stories in the book about the first elephant I trained. There's stories in the book about working with big cats. There's stories in the book about vulture vomit, and so it's a very fun read, and for the family, and the profits, like I said, really help us feed the sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife that we care for. As always, every little bit of support helps. So please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and help spread the word about the Southwest Wildlife Foundation and the good work that we do here. Yeah. You're not a prairie falcon.
You're not. You're far too sweet to be a prairie falcon. Yes, you are.